It's
Okay,
quiet, but you can hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? That's our best attempt. We will fix it another day. Well, guys, it is Sunday, September the 24th, 2023. Welcome to the Zodiac Chatline. I am your host, Tanae. As always, with my co-host and my girl, Cassie girl. Hey.
Oh, hello, my friend. How are you? Welcome, welcome, Autumn. Where's my scarf? Where's my pumpkin?
Wait a minute, girl. Let me tell you. I just want to tell the people. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but this past summer was wild. With a capital W. The nodes were shifting. We had heavy retrograde season, peaking with 7 planets, y'all. 7 planets in retrograde, including Venus, and we didn't see them breakups. Our souls went through it, but have no fear. Fall is what, girl? Here. Her pretty little self showed up yesterday with the autumn equinox. You know, just in time for Lenny Kravitz to bless us with his handsome self and letting us know it's what dog season. We love that for us. And the pretty bitches have entered the chat. It is officially Libra season. And they are here to help us find balance and the peaceful vibes. Shout out to all my Libras, always trying to tell me that the other side matters. And I'm going to give a special shout out to somebody who is probably asleep, but shout out Carrie. Her birthday is coming up. So, hey. But to all my Libras, as an Aquarius, they be like, girl, you know. But you have a lovely Libra as well as Coral in your life.
True. I got the 2. I'm a Libra child. My son and my brother is a Libra too. So.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
Yes.
Listen.
He prepared me for what I am raising now. And
we
they're
love
both
it.
Great. We love them.
We love that. So, Cassie, you want to tell the people about the autumn equinox?
Yes. So Maybon, you know, if you're nasty. But the autumn equinox, one of 2 we have in the year where this, you know, daylight and nighttime are equal parts of the day. And it's, of course, the autumn equinox, the halfway point between summer and winter. And all of these seasonal changes are important touchstones in the year for all of us. Autumn is, of course, the last season of the year. It's where the veil is the thinnest. I had this realization as I was preparing my autumn altar too, that maybe the reason the veil is the thinnest in autumn is because it is the only season without any earth energy. And so it's, you know, naturally not very grounded. And,
yep.
I was like,
she's right, y'all. You can do the math. She's right, y'all. Oh, look, my Libra that I just shouted out just joined. Happy birthday again, Carrie. Hey. Sorry, go ahead.
Before you fall asleep. But yeah, so it's a good time. For me, I was really thinking about what I was, you know, my New Year intentions, my winter solstice intentions, and you know, realizing that this is the last quarter of the year, so the last bit of time to dedicate to that version of myself that I'm trying to create before we go into version 39.0 for, you know, 2024. And this is a time when we share our bounty. We gather our second harvest in the autumn and honor our ancestors and our, you know, the spirits and the beings beyond this world. And I'm loving it. I'm with you. This summer was fucked. And I'm a summer, like, summer's usually my season, bruh. I understand why it wouldn't be yours. It's the season with no air energy. So, like, summer's tricky. But I usually love the boggy, fucking, sultry, just hot mess of it. And this year was
messy. It was
messy.
Like, y'all, the universe was like, listen, it's hot and y'all want to have a hot girl summer. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Boy, I think the only thing about this summer that wasn't like some trash was Beyonce's Renaissance tour. But other than that,
Yeah.
I also, when I was looking up with the equinox, remember back in the spring equinox, that was in the beginning of the year, and like things were a little shaky.
Yeah.
They were a little shaky then, and then we watched it progress all the way, like you said, through the summer.
Yeah.
But leave it to Libra season and the fall to be like, all right, y'all,
Yeah.
let's gather it up. We do have the fortune that Libra season will kind of close out some of more retrogrades, and we will find a little bit of peace on earth, if you will. But
except that we've got eclipses to look forward to.
I would take an eclipse over a retrograde because at least eclipses bring answers.
True.
and very very assertive and sudden realizations. And I mean, you know, it's 8th house. I'm like, fuck it, what's taboo? Let me know. Let's hype it up.
Oh, something's gonna die.
What can be regenerated from that?
Right.
But I will say that we will at least, fortunately, watch Pluto be direct by the end of Libra season.
Yeah. Let's dive into it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
what's going on in Libra season?
So we did have the sun move into Libra yesterday, along with the autumn equinox. It was the first day. Yes, Libras. I know Virgos is like, I can't believe it's y'all's turn, but it is, guys. It is, guys. They are the sweet, pretty, charming people. So let them have their time. But this week is a full moon in Aries, and it's going to remind us of what we thought about back at the spring equinox, Aries new moon. So with the nodes on Aries, like this full moon is going to be interesting. And I think a lot of people are going to try and define themselves outside of a partnership, and how they define themselves, either like in relation to that or in relation to other people, but just really, really define themselves. And then we have Mercury going into Libra next week. So we will have a good chunk of energy in Libra. We'll have this by next week. We'll have the sun in Libra, Mercury and Mars will still be Libra for a little bit. And then we will have the new moon solar eclipse in Libra on the 14th of October. October. So that will be, I think that's going to be a really cool ass new moon. I think I'm down for that new moon. I think it's going to regulate everything that's happened prior to, and now we can kind of get into you know, dealing with them, just a couple retrogrades.
Right. And we because we do have Pluto going direct on the 10th of October also, which, guys, we've been talking about Pluto all year, and it's because Pluto has been fucking our shit up all year long. Like, Pluto went into Aquarius right around the spring equinox, and then pretty much immediately retrograded for a few days in Aquarius, and then right on back to Capricorn. And the Pluto and we are just trying to get rid of this Pluto and Capricorn period, man. We are trying to get rid of it, and it is just hanging on by its fucking fingernails.
But it's so good because everything that's happening in Pluto Capricorn, especially in terms of our government and how we are watching all of these things come to light about certain governmental agencies, whether it be like the Tennessee State Senate, we will talk about or even the own Republican Party, who is so far gone that it's not even the party I think that a lot of people who support Republican values really support. I mean, unless they're blatantly racist, and then, you know, whatever.
Right.
But it's just getting rid of that authority that is no longer working. I mean, and thank goodness for Pluto, because once Pluto moves into Aquarius in the beginning of next year, we will definitely see a very much, okay, so how is this collective gonna make it? You know, like,
how are we going to hold these people accountable to the collective and to the people that they represent? And it's been great. I mean, the hot accountability summer is, I'm here for it. Right. But it has been fraught, and certainly like, you know, none of these institutions are going to go quietly. Like they're, so it's on all of us to.
It's okay. We can make sure they don't need to go quietly, because I think if they went quietly, we would assume that they didn't really go. They just went quiet. I think if we can loudly send them away, we're in good business. And speaking of ways to be kind and peaceful and resolve, we gonna bring on our Libra guests. But before we do, guys, make sure, talk to us in the chat. We see it. We gonna talk to you. And Coral, of course, is in the chat looking out for us as well. Thank you to everybody already who has joined. I see my godmother jumped in. Hey, girl. All right. But just any questions, drop them in the chat. We will try and answer them. We have two amazing guests today. I'm going to bring them both on. The most interesting thing about these two guests who do not know each other, they are birthday twins. They share the same birthday. We did not know, but this was just how the universe works out. So we are excited to have them. I'm going to introduce our first guest. This is Alisha. Alisha is a Libra sun, Aries moon, Libra rising. And if y'all know anything about that energy, you will know she's an amazing person, but what a balancing act. She is a new to tarot reading learner, astrology learner, and working on being an entrepreneur. She's just an all-around amazing person. She's actually one of my coworkers, and I love working with her, but Aquarius Libra is like the dynamic duo. And she should be hopping up here in a second. And then we have
us, of course, our other Libra twin for the show. Libra would not be complete unless we had two of them to balance each other, is Jonathan. Jonathan is a certified life coach and business consulting coach, and just seems like a fabulous young fella. I'm new to both of these folks. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome, Jonathan. I see you got your jacket on since our pre-call. Very official. I'm loving it. We're working on getting Alisha in, I think.
Yeah, it said that she...
So I was trying to do it through my computer, but that didn't work. So
interesting.
Unable.
Tricky. It wouldn't be a show if the technology didn't try and mess with us in some way, shape, or form. It happens pretty much every single time.
Listen, like, this is why we do, if you guys don't know, we do a lot of pre-show prep.
So Tanae is working on that. I'm curious, Jonathan, because I heard a rumor that you are not a huge astrology person. What do you know about Libras, or do descriptions of the sign resonate with you at all?
I know we're a balanced sign. I know that. And I could be wrong, but I just know that everyone loves us in their life. And I'm just going to roll with that.
Sorry, Jonathan, can you say that again? We're good. We love this. Alisha totally joined us. Okay, Jonathan, what do you know about Libras?
I said, I know we're a scale sign. I know that we are pretty loving people. I do know that, and this could just be Jonathan making this up, that everyone desires us in their life in any way possible. We are a joy to everyone that we come in contact with.
Oh man, I concur with this. So hard.
when they find out that we are a Libra, the response I always get is like, oh, okay, yeah, because they know we're wonderful. Just throwing that out there. That's all.
Oh my God, Jonathan wants to add comedian to his.
Perfect. No notes.
No,
I was just being honest. That's what I know. You asked what I knew. I just know Libra equals gift to everyone. That's all.
Oh
That's
my
all
goodness.
I got.
Okay, so I mean, it's real. You know, y'all are fine, I guess.
Here's the thing. Libra is not a red flag sign. Like, someone tells me they're a Libra and I'm like, oh, okay, that's good. It's not Libra is like never a red flag for me personally. That's
Okay,
my
wait. Okay. They're not red flags until they're Nick Cannon. Okay.
well, now
Nick Cannon.
They're who?
We can't blame the Libras for Nick Cannon.
He is a multiplier. And that's what we're called to do. We're called to multiply. That's what he does.
Listen, Jonathan is going to be a defense attorney too.
He believes in giving love. He believes in giving the love.
He is out here.
Clearly.
Him and Lil Wayne out here in these streets, but we love y'all for it. Oh man. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into our topic for today. Jonathan has told everybody that if you ever meet a Libra, to love them because they are loving. But that is very true. I will say that Libras are genuinely very loving, even if they don't express it in the same ways that people might receive it. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes like a Libra can really love you and how they express it may not always be what you think. But I know y'all are Venus, so I know y'all be. Anyway.
Yeah. There's still air signs. So Libras are, you know, all signs have an element and a quality. And Libras are the cardinal air sign. And air signs are known for being cerebral. They're not known for being emotional, but I would say Libras, being ruled by Venus, are probably the most emotional of the air signs. Like,
they're the most, what were we talking about today the other day? They're like the most female of.
Oh yeah, I said I was talking about signs, and out of the air signs, we know Aquarius is straight masculine. And Gemini's, you know, whatever. But Libras are the most feminine air sign by far. They are.
So I think they have a balance of masculine, as they would have to, you know. But yes, out of the three, I would agree with that. Yeah.
So we decided for our Libra word and topic is going to be diplomacy. And we found the definition to be the art of dealing with people in a sensitive and effective way, the art and science of maintaining peaceful relationships between nations, groups, or individuals, tact or skill in dealing with people, skill in handling affairs without arousing hostility. So, first question, and Jonathan, I'll give it to you because it's my show and I can do that.
Okay.
What skills do you use to get your own way in an adversarial situation?
So let me start by saying I never try to get my own way. There's no one here to prove me wrong, so we're just gonna roll with that. I'm a good listener, so I help the other person understand that I hear you. And I really think that is huge in any conversation, that communication of saying, you know what, you're important enough for me to listen to, and I actually hear what you're saying. And so if they feel that I'm listening to them and whatever I'm saying, it's not coming from a place of hate or hurt, then they'll listen. And if I'm saying, hey, I think we should, you know what, that's a good idea. You're a Libra. I must always take your advice.
Okay, great answer. Great answer. Politics is next on your list. Alisha, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, as much as possible, I try to stay out of conflict as much as possible. But if I'm in the midst of it and I'm trying to get my way, heaven forbid I try and get my way. Oh my gosh. I'm a people pleaser, so what would get my way is for any kind of conflict to end. So I'll probably just do whatever I need to do to make it go away. It's not healthy, but it's my coping. It's the way I do it as a Libra, I guess.
Sounds healthier than me. Cassie?
You know, I'm a little, I think I do a little bit of the same as you, Jonathan, as far as I will try and hear people out, and to the point where I'll try their solution first. You know what I mean? Like I will pretty much do whatever I can to prove to you that my way is right. And that includes me trying your way and showing you how it's not right. Like, I also generally don't like, I'm fine to face conflict, but I would prefer not to, you know, and I don't find myself in adversarial situations often. I think for that reason that I've also cultivated a work life that doesn't necessitate I be in contentious rooms a lot, you know what I mean? But like all of those were purposeful choices because I don't want to be in those situations, you know what I mean? But for the most part, it's like I'm a big believer in like servant leadership. So I'm like, I'll let you, you know, kick me around and do the thing, but I'm going to show you like, okay, look, there's still something else to be done here. And it's like, now I got to get you to admit that. And once you do, I'm on to the next. What about you tonight?
Well, y'all are so nice. That's why I got oh, damn. I usually try and understand what their motives are, and then I'll probably outthink or outsmart them to get my way. Yeah, I don't really like to be in adversarial situations, but when I am, I want to get my own way. Yeah, I'm gonna outthink and outmaneuver in order to get my own way. I'm okay with that.
Tanae and I discussed this week before this call that diplomacy is neither of our strong suits. We're hoping our guests have some stuff to say on the topic.
Alisha
we are not experts at diplomacy
on the regular, and she's like, again, she knows I'm telling the truth.
Yeah. I do not have a lot of Libra placements, y'all. Okay.
All right, you go, girl.
The next question, who is the most skilled people person you know?
Me.
Yeah. Really? Oh, you're saying you or
No, it's
no, I mean, like in my immediate, I mean, I have mentors that are very skilled communicators that like I could say them by name, but like in my family, like like I'm the one that orders the fast food at the drive-through. I'm the one that handles customer service if there's a problem. Everybody else just kind of leaves it to me, I guess. Because if I let them do it, it doesn't go right.
There it is.
I mean, sorry.
Jonathan?
I actually would say the same. If my circle would say, if you ask my circle that, I think they would say my name. I do have some great people that are great with people in my life, but everyone always points that back to me. I mean, you can place me anywhere and someone is going to talk to me because I'm going to make them talk to me, and they're going to enjoy it, and they're going to have a great time because when I'm they're going to end up laughing or sharing some part of their life. So yeah, it's me. It's me.
Cool. Well, as Cassie said, we're not married to Blake, so it's definitely not me. I would actually say a friend of mine, Alisha, not this one, another one, even though I would agree with that. She is definitely very skilled at that as far as like anywhere she goes, pretty much how Jonathan just, anywhere she goes, people are going to talk to her. She will find some sort of common ground in such a piece, like in such a pleasing way. But she also is a Pisces moon and Aquarius rising. So I think that gives her a lot more like, whimsy and outgoingness. But she is definitely the person I would pick, not me.
I have two. One is my mom, who from her I inherited also the like invisible ink on my head that's like, talk to me if you have something weird going on, or like, are you emotional and need to vent? I'm here. But I enjoy that. I like in energetic exchanges with people. I love random conversations. I mean, so much of our life is shaped by chance that I like having like positive random encounters with people. But that said, I think my mom, and I don't think she would disagree that, you know, she sometimes takes on too much. And so somebody I know who's very good at being good with people, but also having boundaries is Bobby, my high school best friend. He's a school counselor now, and he is the self-dubbed king of boundaries. And he's great. He is, you know, gives you 110% of his attention. He has helped me through many struggles in my life, but if it's past 10 p.m. and he doesn't want to talk to you, he's not answering the phone. You know what I mean? Like, and I love that. I think that's so crucial. Libras are a sign that are in danger of sometimes taking on too much. Their desire to please people and make sure everybody feels okay and that everybody walks away from the situation happy can leave them drained, like their battery just at 1%. And you know, it's an important life lesson for them to embrace some of that sister sign Aries energy that says, no, this is about me, what feels good for me in this moment, and taking a handle of that self. So Bobby, I think, he's got that balance really down pat, so I admire him for that.
Nice.
Since I'm still on questions, I'm going to go to another one. And I'm really interested to hear what your guys' answers are for this. So have you ever failed to resolve a conflict peacefully? And what happened?
Yeah.
That sounded like you didn't want to say that, but share.
With as much or as little detail as you feel comfortable sharing with the internet. You know what I mean? I respect everybody's right to privacy.
Well, I mean, I feel like I fail conflicts with my kids constantly. That's a huge struggle all the time, just finding that balance with them, you know, trying to stay level at all times, not letting my own aggravations that are, you know, all mine, and let anything get in the way of the conversation with the kids or disciplining them. That's where I feel like I fail the most with like resolutions. I still like, and I think that that's because that's where I need the resolutions to happen so much. I need them to feel safe and need them to know what they should and should not be doing. And so when they're fighting with me, or, you know, we're having a conflict of some sort, I always kind of, you know, I can't always walk away from those conversations and feel successful 100% of the time.
Can I say that people in the comment section are, and I was not laughing at what you said. I was laughing at, I think Rachel HGN said, and I love it. For me, I would say yes. I'm sure I know that sounds far-fetched for me, and you know, you all just meeting me, so you wouldn't know either. But me failing at a conversation, I know. Whew, who would have thought? So I would say yes. I know I've done that plenty. I'm sure I've done it plenty, because a lot of times, just like she just said, it's like I want that person to feel loved, encouraged, and understand that I'm listening to them. But if they're so enraged and upset, they can't hear me. But I still want them to hear what I'm saying. And so we're doing this the whole time. And it's like, no, that's not what, you know. And so a lot of times when we're upset, not Libras, of course, but the other signs, when they're upset, their mind is on what the issue is, or what has hurt them, or you know, angered them so much, and they can't hear what you're saying. And instead of sometimes me taking myself to, and this is personally, not when I'm a life coach, but personally, when I am listening to what they're saying, I guess sometimes I have the issue of getting their, or understanding their perspective to see where they're coming from. And so I think that has been an issue on the loss of, again, I know that's far-fetched because I'm a Libra and that doesn't happen. But just hearing the other person and saying, you know what, I understand and hear your perspective. And you really can just leave it at that. Instead, no, Jonathan wants you to hear my perspective and understand why my perspective is actually much more right than yours. And I apologize that you're hurt. I understand that you're upset, or maybe I don't understand why you're upset. So
Yeah,
I hope that was
sure was.
clear as much
Jonathan
for you guys.
is here
Yeah,
to make the world a better place.
correct. Every Libra does that, and everyone that
Listen, if nobody else
them right
don't
now.
stand for y'all Libras, this man right here, y'all, he is going to stand for y'all.
Listen, I want people to talk and say, you know what? I'm going to call every Libra I know tomorrow and say thank you. Thank you for being in my life.
Listen, this is perfect. Every Libra, y'all better listen. This is the hyped up. This is almost Leo season. I'm getting confused. No, Alisha is the Libra, Aries, Libra. Jonathan is the Libra, Pisces, Pisces. Okay. Yes, I have definitely failed to resolve a conflict peacefully because I have an Aries moon and I don't give a fuck. But I just chose to leave. And because the same conflicts were continuing to arise. And so at a certain point, when you're not going to be heard, there's just no point. Like, I don't consider myself a very combative person, but I definitely feel that if approached in a way that is not conducive to my chill manner, my Aries moon will rip you to shreds, and I'm okay with that. I'll burn you to the ground, and we'll be fine. We'll start all over, or we won't. But yeah, I think I've gotten better with age. I will say I'm better now. But anything can set me off.
Yeah, I can think of a couple. I mean, accepting, I feel you, Alisha, on motherhood being just like this never ending exercise in, managing the emotions of small ones and your own self, and just feeling like you're constantly underperforming in that. I'm also with Rachel Hogan that, like, the fact that you give a shit and you're even like keeping score in your own head means you're doing good, because there are plenty of people out there who are not doing that much. But with other adults that I can think of a couple of times. And Tanae, I think this is a place where you and I differ, because I think you can actually walk away from a situation that is unresolved and feel totally fine with that. I think I have a feeling the three of us are in the other camp, where it's like, no, we need to make sure, however this has ended, we both agree that this has happened and this is how it's ending, right? And the times that I've not been able to resolve a conflict are when people will just have stopped engaging me. And there's one I can think of where I really upset this person, and I apologized profusely for it, and tried to make up for it, and they just wouldn't accept a Libra would not accept my apology. And I was like, I can't do anything with that. Like, I can't, there's nothing else I can do, And so now then I was just forced to, like, walk away from the situation.
But even that is a resolution, whether you want it to be or not, because they always talk about, like, there's always going to be an apology that you never received or you feel like you never got. And, like, some people aren't good at conflict resolution, and some people have to just walk away and say, since we can't come to an agreement, the resolution is we're just going to agree to not agree.
Yeah.
No longer engage. Because, like, I couldn't keep going in a circle over and over with someone if I knew that that's all we were going to keep doing, because why?
Right.
It's if neither one of us were going to budge on our stance, or I didn't feel that, like, I always try and understand people. I think I'm actually a very understanding, listening person. I really do. Like, but if I'm right, right. But I have also had to learn, like, sometimes you don't get the closure, and sometimes, like, you end something with conflict and you never know. Like you, Cassie, apologizing, even if you apologize, that person is still so hurt that, like, they can't even get past their own hurt to acknowledge that you're a human and you made a mistake and you hurt their feelings and you're trying to, like, recompense for it, but it doesn't always work out. That I had to just take that pill and be like, well, that's how it ended. And you know what? No, I don't wish anybody harm. That I'm like, if we ended and it was like we were mad, well, okay. If I see you on the street, I might say, hey, I might act like I don't know you. Probably I don't know you, but that's just how I roll. But it's just not that big of a deal. Like, there's just so many other things. And, you know, I've had a lot of people come and go in my life without my choice.
Yeah.
And so you just learn how to move on without having a lot of closure, and you have to get your own closure. So segueing into this one though, our last question for you guys. How do you wish to be treated?
I want everyone to be sweet and nice to me.
I don't see when they're not. I told you I'm gonna beat them up. Sweet, nice. That's
sweet,
it.
Nice. I want everybody to be sweet and nice back.
Well, Mr. Superstar, what you think?
No, not at all. It's just me, Jonathan. Um, so for me, I would say I would start on the opposite. So my goal is always, anyone in my circle, my goal is always to make them feel loved and important, because I just think that is huge. And dealing with my past of, you know, being bullied and talked about, and going through that you know, season of those years, going through that, it's like, no, I want the people in my life to know that, you know, no matter if they're family or the people, other friends, don't care about them or make their birthdays or Christmas or just any day, make them feel special, I will. And so it's a big deal, not a big deal, but I would love for that to be, you know, for me as well. But so I would say just to feel loved and important to someone, because if you're my circle, I love you. You know, you're in there. We're in this together. You hurt, I hurt, and so I want that same love and affection my way as well.
All right, girl, tell me about your feelings.
You know, I definitely want to be listened to and heard, but I also want I want people to be honest with me. I really I mean, I remember distinctly the moment in 8th grade when I realized that, like, lying just didn't work. Like, that it was always a bad call to lie, because when someone found out you lied, they would be more pissed than whatever the thing was you lied about, right? And so ever since then, I've been so mindful of being honest and, like, living my life honestly, that dishonesty is incredibly, like, personal hurt to me. So I would rather someone be mean and honest. That's why I'm married a Sagittarius, baby. Like, that man doesn't lie to me. Sometimes he tells me shit I don't want to hear, but, like, that's good. I'd rather that. Like, I hate being lied to, and I would take a brutal honesty, assholery 100 times out of 100 over somebody who is silver-tongued and full of shit. I hate that.
Complete opposite. I do not want that at all. Lie to me all day. Tell me how awesome I
am. Well, there you go. That's honesty.
I love the.
You know,
I feel like
you said what, Jonathan?
The way you present it. I'm definitely going with the honesty. It's just do it in love. Like
if you're a real D-bag, I'm probably not going to keep you around for too long. But, like, there's a way you can be honest and loving.
So after hearing you, Cassie, I didn't even think about those two, even though those are, like, you know me, like, don't lie to me, but I know I'm sometimes a harsh truth teller, and I've really tried to get better. But sometimes you just got to hear it in black and white, because, you know, it's coming from me, it's coming from love. But I would definitely say listen to, heard, honesty, but also some grace, some compassion, kindness, respect, empathy, and most of all, just genuine love and, truthfully, authenticity. I feel like I need you to come to me as your authentic self, because all I do is live in authenticity, and it just doesn't, I can't do no, like, smoke and mirrors, no masks, nothing like that. Just be yourself. Either we gonna vibe or we're not. But, like, again, that's, like, back to the honesty. Just authentically treat me as you treat yourself. Although sometimes people don't treat themselves very well. So just let you know. I don't boundaries. But definitely I'm with Cassie on the honesty kick. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. So from the chat, somebody who's known me, child, she says it from her chest sometimes, and I have to grasp my pearl. I will also say, I know he's not talking, because sometimes they're gonna be like, "What's he say?" But I love him. He like my brother. So before we let you guys go, we are going to talk really quickly about Alisha, which I know she's going to love. Because Alisha has a very interesting chart as with how the planets are going right now. She is a Libra sun, Aries moon, and Libra rising. And her north node is actually also in Aries. All the nodes are switching. They have switched from all the nodes. Let's try again. The nodes have switched to the Aries Libra axis. And so, Alisha, you're going to have a very interesting year and a half. Because when the nodes switch to where your north node is, and we talked about the north and south nodes a long time ago, but as a quick refresher, it's the energy that your soul comes in on the south node, lessons that you've learned from the past, any kind of skills you have in order to navigate this world, this lifetime, to the north node, which is usually the exact opposite of where you came in. So Alisha was born where she was supposed to be born. She is the last week of Libra. Her south node's on the last week of Libra, and she is headed to the last week of Aries, the week of the pioneer. And as a Libra with that strong outside sandwiching that inner fire, girl, I'm ready for you to break free. Let them know who you are. Like, stand in, like, what is good for you will be good for everybody around you. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, a lesson that is you're going to have to learn throughout this next year and a half. And these lessons are going to probably come hard and fast.
Yeah.
Cassie?
Yeah. Yeah, you have a very interesting chart because yes, as Janae mentioned, your south node is conjunct with your sun in your first house because it's also your rising sign. So you have all this energy of Libra that feels very intrinsic to you. Like you're a people pleaser. You want everybody to be balanced. You want everybody to be able to feel good to the point where it doesn't matter if you're the one who feels good so long as everybody else is good. But your destiny is in your Aries moon and your Aries north node, which is for you to embrace your most selfish self, really, and to find people who will nurture and appreciate that person. So those things that are only yours, those things that only like feel good to you and that nobody else really gives a shit about, those are the things you have to pay attention to, because you need to focus on the energy that is you, that your inner fire, the things that don't please anybody else, that don't have shit to do with anybody else. And this next year and a half is going to test that tension between what you want, what the people around you want, who you think you are, who other people think you are, and the relationships around that. And just, you have lots of inner reserve and strength, and you will get through it, and the lessons will be blessings, as they always are, even if they're hard in the moment. And Jonathan, I don't want to leave you out. You and I have the same north node position in Gemini, so we are both destined in this life to communicate to our community without judgment, and to understand that there are positions and opinions in the world that are not ours, but that is okay. Not everybody has to think like us, and we can communicate out with the world and show up and speak out to great numbers of people in our community. So, but we are not getting tested too badly right now with the nodes. So we've got to pass till.
That was during the pandemic. That's when y'all.
Yes, that was when we were having our little north node return. So we were getting some tests at that time, but we're in the clear for a little while.
But so we are going to kick y'all out. But before we do, Alisha, do you want to promote the world and let them know that they can come watch you do something? Or
well, I did get my website, but it's like so fresh and new, but it's pureburnCandlemaking.com.
Woo!
Ooh, yes. Pure burn. There you go. That's that Aries energy.
Right. Yeah. We will post that, and when you are ready, we will let people know. We'll support you. And kind sir, Mr. Davis, tell us about you. Well, where can they find you?
Yeah.
Everywhere. The best Libra ever. Libras,
So,
we got the
correct.
Libra gang. Libras #1. That's what
So,
we got. Jerseys.
I don't know. All right, so as I think you all said, I can't remember, my internet's been going in and out. So I'm a life coach, a certified life coach and a mentor, and I also do business consulting and coaching. I would love to help you out, help you reach your goals, help you, get to those dreams. I think a lot of times we just need a little coaching, a little help along the way. But you can connect with me at davisconsultantsgroup.com. I'm going to put it in the chat, so you all can reach out, have some paraphernalia there. I also have a book, a 31-day daily devotional for business owners that I think will be a blessing to anyone that reads it. I also have a weekly show every Wednesday at 7 Central Standard Time on our YouTube channel. Today is your day 1083. And we talk about everything. We believe that people need to understand they're not forgotten, that they are loved, that they're not alone in and while we're lifing, right? And so we have a good conversation there, and I would love all of you all to join. But if you need a life coach, a mentor, or someone to help you along with your business, to help it get started or to help it go to the next level, reach out to us. Again, I will put all that information in the chat so we can connect, right?
If that is not a promotion, I don't know what it
Yes.
is. Y'all,
Very nice.
find these lovely people. Alisha, Jonathan, happy early revolution around the sun for both of you. I hope it is amazing. I hope y'all take over this Libra season, because we all need a Libra friend like y'all. So thank you for joining us and spending your Sunday. But we are going to tell you goodbye.
Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to both of you.
Talking to you.
Such a good week.
Well, thank
All right, girl.
Oh my gosh. Those little birthday twins. Love them.
Did it. They are October Libras, by the way. We know September ones are different, but they are October ones. So they closer to that Scorpio sign.
Oh, speaking of different a Libra flavor for everyone. What Libra celebrities are we checking in with this Libra season?
All right, well, I mean, you know what? We're going to start off, because we got to start off big, because this Libra, y'all, she is the Libra. But her name is Belle Calise, but we know her as Cardi B. She the rapper, a mom. She living her best Libra life. We just see her and her Aquarius bestie Megan doing bongos. And I love how petty she can be. So I'm here for Cardi B. She started from as a stripper, I'm pretty sure, right? If that's what you call it, and has created an entire legacy with rapping and albums, and she is gorgeous, honey. Look, is honest about all the work she had done, but listen, that girl stay pretty.
Oh yeah, yes, Rachel, she is a Libra. She's the Libra of this moment. I enjoy her and Megan taking over Virgo season with a bop, the second time in a row. Because WAP came out in Virgo season in 2020, so perfect. Yeah, and she's, she embodies the Libra beauty, the kind of I think the silliness almost that comes with Libras aren't quite, they're a little bit too put together to be silly, but maybe flirty. Definitely that they have that quality. Yeah. A little bit flirty, a little bit flighty, not like Geminis, but they got a little bit of that. And yeah, I fucking love it, man. Stream her music, get her coins, make sure her babies are set for life. And she's got that man. He's he's around. But she also, I like, you know, in bongos, she drops verses about, she does whatever she wants. So good for you, girl. Like,
We here for it.
do you?
I listen. Me too. Here
Yes.
for it.
My first Libra celebrity I'd like to check in with is, you know, many of us who grew up in the late 1900s.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't, girl. You wrong for that.
Remember her as the nanny, but Fran Drescher is also the current president of SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, and she has come into, you know, our social consciousness recently, speaking out about the negotiations with the PTM, I think that's right, the Producers, you know, Association, and has really been rallying the actors around this effort to make sure that, you know, their work is protected. And I didn't know she was a Libra, but of course she is. And of course the Libra is the president of the Screen Actors Guild. Like, that's so perfect. And I love it. She seems to be really embracing that leadership role, and everybody in the guild has you know, embraced what she has to say. And I hope that the negotiations, you know, I hope they are able to reach a conclusion, because one of the only things we produce well in this country is content. And part of the reason that we produce content so well is because we pay people well to do that work. That every level of filmmaking is unionized. The stagecrafters are union, the actors are union, the writers are union, the directors are union. And having unions means people have good living wages, and it means people take pride in their work. And like, we're not going to get that if we don't continue to protect those people. So I hope that the negotiations are able to come to a resolution that, you know, pleases everybody and doesn't have the robots take over.
Executives would have anything if it wasn't for the content we'd already seen at this point. Like,
hello.
There are human beings that create all of these characters and ideas that we fall in love with. I mean, if I'm in a show, I'm like,
yep.
You know, like, I'm like, oh my God, and in my mind, it's like, oh my God, that's such great writing. Because
yeah.
You know, that's, you know, yes, the acting is wonderful, but then you think about the words that the actors are saying, you're like, somebody had to create that whole entire storyline and make it make sense. And like you said, AI is only going to go so far. No. And even that, like, we're not quite in that conversation. We'll talk about that later.
Save that for Aquarius season.
So my second Libra, of course, I'm going to talk about her every Libra season because she's the motherfucking GOAT. Anybody who can win a US Open at 17 and 23 Grand Slam single title wins. None other than the glorious Serena motherfucking Williams. She got 2 babies now, living her best second life after retiring finally after 40, thinking like her entire teen, 20s, adult life, she's a professional athlete. Now she's like, I'm going to live my best life. You should, ma'am.
Yep.
We love you. Whatever you're doing, I support it. And you know what? You were talking about the goofiness. Serena is goofy funny like that too. Like, I've seen a couple of her TikToks with like, she is kind of, or when she pranks Venus, like, she's got that like goofy, like, they're funny. They're not like knee slapper funny, but they're like goofy funny where you're like, oh my God, look at them. They're so funny.
Absolutely. Another fabulous Libra, representing her district in the Bronx, New York, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, affectionately known as AOC. You know, still out here doing her best to try and prevent the fuckery of the House Republicans from burning our democracy to the ground. Not that, you know, anybody, that's a tall order for anyone, but no, she's incredible. She's somebody who has found a way to connect with voters everywhere, and using social media platforms, using her dais, you know, using her time in Congress, you know, doing speeches that regularly go viral. She finds moments to seize the mic, and she's so great at being real, but also being diplomatic, and also staying true to see authentic, like also staying authentic.
Yeah.
And that's an incredibly difficult thing to do for anybody, but much less a politician, because they've got all kinds of people whispering in their ears about what they should and shouldn't do, and that's why they all seem so dry and calculated usually. But kudos to AOC. She's a fucking badass.
Listen, all I have to add, because Cassie said that was my other Libra, like, just watching her skillfully navigate through all of the weirdo stuff. I recently just posted a TikTok in response to the Lauren Boebert scandal. If you don't know nothing about that, well, look it up. But she recently just posted about that. But like you said, she's very, it's almost like you can know her. You know what I mean? Like, she's very personable, and she knows her shit. Like, she's not in there just trying to spout for the Democratic Party. She has her ideas, she knows it, and she presents them well. And do you know that she was elected during her Saturn return in 2019?
No shit. Huh. That is so interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, I looked that up. I was like, oh, that makes all the sense.
It does. It really does.
Oh, girl. I mean, and she's young. She'll be 34, I believe, this year. So again, that's young for a representative. We are very much seeing all of these extra beyond senior citizens, because Mitch McConnell, but again, that's another topic. But
what is his sign? Ugh, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
did they even record your birthday at the time he was born? I don't even know.
You are so right, yet so wrong for that. You know what? Just because I want to know.
I feel like
I don't even think it's I think it's listed. This man is 81. Girl.
What is it? Is he a Pisces man?
Yes! As soon as I said waters, as soon as I said I said I was like, squirt. I knew it was him, like, the water man. Sorry, not sorry, but that's just how I feel. Right, 81. That's what I'm talking about. Like, clearly glitching in all of the time. But yeah, he's February 20th, right on the cusp of Aquarius, Pisces,
Aquarius.
That's definitely Pisces.
That is.
But anywho, not talking about him. But yes, AOC, we love you. Thank you so much for supporting the 14th New York District in between Bronx and the Queens, I believe, something like that. You have given young people hope for the future. Do you have anybody else, or we're gonna hop to our question?
No, shout out to Naomi Osaka, love her. Also Libra, next gen tennis queen. Michaela Cole, Snoop Dogg, Doja Cat. Also Libra. But yeah, no,
Doja be dropping the bops. I'm like, damn.
We talked about this on our production call. She's somewhat, for me personally, I separate the art from the artist with her, and her art is excellent. And Libra does feel like a sign where separating the art and the artist, like, kind of comes naturally.
I think,
but like
in my head, I'm racking all the Libras, and they all, got something. Ursher had, T.I. Right. Right.
But yes, Libras, do you get your flirt on, get your celebration on. We know how you like to tear it up.
All right, so we're gonna hop into this question. As a Libra, Scorpio, what should I do to celebrate this new moon solar eclipse?
Whew.
Chris Brown is a Taurus. Anyways, go ahead.
How do you feel about this? Okay, okay, so person's Libra sun, Libra moon, Scorpio rising, and they want to.
Well, I feel like they had a rough go already, and it's like just kind of continuing. I feel like they should just be their ultimate selves and not try and please anybody anymore.
Yeah, it feels like this. See, because I, in general, don't like myself personally. I don't try to do a lot on an eclipse. I'm like not gonna try and do a lot of like manifestation magic or um like even setting intentions. I feel very wary about on eclipses because of the nature of eclipses to just yank things from your life or like turn them upside down. So I think self-care, yeah, for that person who has probably been through it and frankly is probably going to continue to go through it for a while with all that Libra energy, like take some time for you. And
Which, like,
you know,
told Alisha, selfish. Okay.
yeah, just put your phone on do not disturb and take a bath, you know, maybe like burn a nice candle or incense if you know, can have a bonfire or something where you are. Just like I found it for the equinox, you know, was sitting, I lit a candle on my altar and I actually like, you know, inscribed something on it and watched it burn down. But just like watching a candle burn down for 20 or 30 minutes is a very zen activity, and found like, you know, it helped clear a lot of thoughts out of my mind. And Libras, like all of their air sign brethren, tend to have way too much going on in their head. So maybe a nice journal brain dump, or if you can sit yourself down and channel some of your Venetian instincts
Yeah.
and produce a collage or a piece of artwork or
Yeah. I
something
think you're
like.
decorate your room. Like Libra's surroundings are always aesthetically pleasing. Like aesthetically pleasing to the extreme.
Oh
It's so,
yeah.
like it is, you walk into there, you go, oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh. Like
Mm-hmm.
so I would say with Cassie, really lean into that Venusian energy and like find the pretty, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. We know you will. Just like let yourself do it, you know?
Well, to all of the Libras in our lives, as Jonathan said, you guys are great and we love you. No, but seriously though, we hope you guys have an amazing Libra season. Thank you to everybody that has joined us live in the chat. Y'all was turning it up.
Yes,
We back on
thank
IG, y'all.
you.
So let's keep this every time, okay? It may be it's gonna be a month before you see us again, but keep the
Gonna go by
chat. Love this
fast.
chat going. This will be posted on YouTube, but as always, y'all know, a homie got to pull a card before we get out of here. And Coral and Cassie, out of the decks, this is the one they chose, and I agreed with them because, well,
She's
why not?
not gonna fight us at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, why not? This is the one I'm not trying to win. Okay. Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland. I'm sure it's reversed, but y'all get the point. These are really nice cards. They usually have like quarter moons on them, full moons. It just depends in every sign. It would be funny if we did pick, since this is the upcoming full moon in Aries, if that did pop out, but we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
See, tell me when to stop, girl. Top card is, ooh, and I did pull this one earlier. A time to give rather than take.
Ooh.
Moon in
Okay.
Virgo. Interesting though, because we just passed the new moon in Virgo, so maybe the Virgo season's like, it's not over, guys. We're still
Wait.
here. We're still here. Okay, it says, when this card comes up, it is time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make a restart that is a clever one and one that's simple and well organized. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it. So if you have been unwell, this card suggests your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies, so add these into your routines now, however you've been feeling. If a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone can do for you and think more about what you can do for others. Let's see. It says, attune with the moon, recommit to healthy morning and evening routines, of course. routines. And gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to the detail if you want success. Be of service to others, and love and money will follow. And then the person you're asking about is reliable if you're asking about somebody. But I think that this is very appropriate for Libra season, but in a more less people-pleasing way, and more like, how does this balance?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think really it's a good card for the autumn season. Like, okay, what are we, how am I gonna, really get this organized and make sure I'm setting myself up for success for the rest of what is to come. I'm here for it. I'll cling to that Virgo energy. I love the Virgos. I don't care. No, I'm excited about Libra season. I love it.
I have to, it's my North Node, so I'm gonna have to hop into it too, for me. Anyways, thank you guys as always for joining Cassie and me here live on IG. We will see you next month, sometime around October something or another.
Talking about Scorpio season.
Yeah. But anyways, but we're in Libra season, so we're going to focus on them. If you have any questions, always, you can hit us up at the Zodiac Chatline at gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you got a question, or if you want to be on the show, send us a message. You never know.
Holla at us.
But as always, Cassie, I love you, girl. Couldn't do this, won't do this without you. It's all love, and you know what? We all, 'cause what? Peace.